Welcome to another edition of Adam Has Issues. I'm Alan Cross.
I'm Adam Moore.
Hold it. See, now this is part of the problem. This is why we're here. Can you just pan over and show the lake? You see how bright it is? This is our world headquarters here. We're on Lake Ontario. Beautiful, gorgeous, sunny day. And if you swing back to me, you'll see that I'm squinting because it is very, very bright in here. And if I look out the window, it hurts my eyes. However, if we go over to Adam, Adam has his eyes wide open. Now, we're doing, and he's not in any kind of pain. Now, the reason we're doing this is because Adam wants to, did you say come out? Is that what you wanted to say?
That's what Irish said. Irish term was coming out.
Is there a particular reason you want to come out here?
You want to come out or what?
Well, no, I mean, it's unrelated to what we're actually doing. Just this will make sense after I explain. But Irish referred to this as coming out, and that's coming to a coming out party. Once, I believe, to use the term debutante. Which is a bit weird.
Turn to your left, look out the window, and open your eyes wide. See, not a problem, right? Now, I'm squinting because it's very, very bright.
Where are you headed with this?
What I'm trying to say is we're
this is so uncomfortable.
Well, it is uncomfortable, but it's
lost me,
Adam's
honestly.
idea. Adam wants to let everybody know that.
Indeed, I am blind. That question has come up in person as well as on YouTube comments. See, I'm just guessing where the camera is now. I'm going to talk to you like you're a camera.
Yeah, I'm right here.
If you don't mind. You know, as you know, and it was actually just brought to my attention, you know, people have left comments on YouTube saying, you know, with interviews I've done, asking things, you know, why are Adam's eyes closed? Is he blind? And yeah, I'm leaving out some words. What?
In fact.
In fact,
yes. And in fact, you know, that's what gave me the idea to address this. I'm not talking about this just to answer YouTube commenters' questions, but when this came up, it made me realize that, you know, we've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I've never hidden the fact that I am blind, but
it just hasn't come up.
Exactly, it just hasn't come up yet. Even though I've never hidden it, it's reached the point where I almost feel like we are hiding it in a way, if you know what I mean. Because I mean, you know, here in the office, we joke about it. Obviously, it's not a, you know, hush-hush issue that we can't talk about. It's not off limits by any means, but sometimes we just stop short of it, or at least I know I do, during this podcast or other things, just because it hasn't come up. So, I mean, that's one reason why I really wanted to.
And this is why we're
finally address this.
For the first time ever, this is why we're doing Adam Has Issues on video.
Right,
so we can actually explain what's going on and demonstrate visually, well,
perhaps.
for those who can. Yeah.
For those who can see it, yeah. But, and another thing.
This is awkward, you know.
It is a little. But, you know, it's something that we've actually just do by, it's second nature. Like, we don't even think about it. And that's the thing for me that's so incredible about you as a human being, is that it doesn't impede anything that you do. I may trip over you sometimes and get in your way, but it doesn't. What I find remarkable is that it doesn't impede anything that you do.
No, we haven't found you in the lake, or we haven't found you in the middle of the street or anything. In fact, you know your way around the building a lot more efficiently than I do.
Oh, well, I only go to certain places. I don't go exploring that often.
Well, look at, there's your coffee, and we've established you have between 6 and 8 cups of coffee whenever you're at work.
Okay.
The kitchen is way over there.
That's true.
Have you ever gotten lost going to the kitchen?
Maybe sometime during my first couple of days here.
But that doesn't count.
No, perhaps
I mean,
not.
I got lost going to the kitchen the first couple of days.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
I think you found the kitchen, just saying.
Thank you.
It's a big building, but, you know, I mean, the thing is, it's, like, I do want to take this opportunity to answer questions that people might be curious about, but, you know, might not be practical to ask me, because not everybody is as lucky as you guys are in knowing a blind person. And so one of those questions is, I am completely blind. People often assume I have some vision, limited vision. So it's one of those things, all blind people are visually impaired. Not all visually impaired people are blind. But I am blind. No light perception, no shadows, no nothing, really. And yeah, I mean, you know, doing the best I can. And I have a lot of help from people. I mean, when I came to this building, for instance, you brought that up, learning how to get to the kitchen, getting lost. I didn't just walk in and sense where the kitchen is. Obviously, you know.
I did.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I found it no problem.
Yeah, I mean, but people took time learning the route with me, and, you know, there are a couple other routes I learned, and just in general, if I'm going to a new place in the building or wherever, I do have assistance, which is always appreciated, and I mean, otherwise, things would be tough, really.
Well,
so, there's
good.
that.
So now we've got that clear. If
Yeah.
the reason Adam appears like he's half asleep when he's doing his interviews, and he doesn't look at his interview subjects, it's because you can't.
Well, it depends on the interview. So
Well, you can kind of direct yourself towards
I
it.
can't use the same excuse, right?
No, I do want to be clear about something though, because I never want to, and I hope I never do use my blindness as an excuse for anything. I have my good points and my bad points, like everybody else, and I'm working on things like anyone in my position should always be doing. I think. I mean, my
who
professional
was-
position. But so, I mean, one thing I do want to say is the eyes closed thing during interviews. That's a bad habit that I developed.
Ah.
If I wasn't blind, would I do it? Probably not. But is blindness an excuse for doing it? No, it's just a bad habit I developed that I am working on. So, I mean, I want everyone like blame me for things that I can control, and that's one thing that I
You know what we'll do?
slipped on, really.
We'll get you rocking some Stevie Wonder glasses.
Totally. Or just some Ray-Bans or something.
Yeah, just a pair of Ray-Bans that look make you looking like a blues brother.
Like Sully when he comes in hungover.
Yeah. Who was the artist that we had in for an interview, and you were at the back of the room?
Dave Matthews.
Dave
I know
Matthews.
exactly who you're talking
Yeah.
about. That's one of my favorite stories of all time, actually. Can I tell it?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
I tend to remember Dave Matthews, who I think everyone knows I'm a huge fan of, have been for many years. I was very excited when he came in for Ira to interview him. And he sat down doing the interview with Ira. I was kind of, if they were there, I was just in the corner. I could have just said diagonal. And during the interview, I was just listening. That's
That's what you
obviously,
do.
I wasn't dancing or anything. I was just listening to the interview. And then after, Dave was just chatting with everybody. So I introduced myself, asked him to sign something. And then he said to me, you know, during the interview, I kept looking at you thinking, this guy must be so bored. Yeah, but that's how I look when I'm riveted sometimes, really. And then I said, oh, you feel bad now, don't you? He actually put his arm kind of around me and said, you know, I really don't. And that's my story.
Okay. Well, there we go. We've got that cleared up. We've got it on record. And by the way, we did not coerce Adam into doing any of these
Not at
things.
all.
This was his idea, and you know, there you go.
Do I have to stick? I should stick around just in case something comes up.
Whatever you feel.
All right, sure.
All right. Okay.
A couple other points though on the same topic.
We're not done.
Oh no, not at all.
we have notes on this?
Close. Just a couple other things.
All
'cause
right.
I don't plan. This isn't going to be a weekly feature. Other things you didn't know about Adam, but people might be wondering now that they know this. They might be wondering, for instance, how I, use a computer to type stuff and publish it on Explore Music. And so just to answer that, it is me doing it, and I have a screen reader. That's the type of program, and it does what
you know
you'd
what's
expect it to be,
really frustrating?
What's that?
Is that your grammar and spelling are better than any of ours.
Yeah, it's unusual. It's unusual, but it is.
And yeah, Adam's always sending me notes saying you made a spelling mistake in this post, or I think you wrote something wrong here in this script. He's not wrong.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. And I mean, everything you would do with a mouse, I do with a keyboard. It's just to clear up that other mystery.
If anybody knows how to keyboard shortcut tabs in Excel spreadsheets, please let us know. We've never been able to
No,
figure
I've
it
been
out.
figuring some out, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I told you, the guy's remarkable.
okay. Well, any other keyboard
trial,
shortcuts,
yeah.
send them our way, and we'll give them to
Sure,
Adam.
always.
Microsoft Office 2010, please.
And one other thing, some people might be wondering about now, or might come up in the future, is people wondering when I make comments on something visual, be it music videos or album packaging. And that's a matter of, I just want to be clear, I never comment on something I don't know. I never guess, like, oh, this music video probably sucks, and then bring up a specific. When I know something, I know something. I am curious about things that I can't see. Just because I can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I've learned that the hard way. So I never comment on anything I don't know. And I hope that suffices
Okay.
as explanation, really.
Are we done now?
Almost. Give me a sec. Oh, just one more thing. I meant to bring this up at the
What are you,
beginning.
Steve Jobs?
I meant to bring this up at the beginning, but also, I mean, I haven't necessarily asked people. I wasn't blind my whole life. Actually, I lost my sight in 1998. I'm not going to get into the reasons. That's crossing a certain line. But, so, I mean, some things I do comment on from visual memory as well.
Oh, okay. That's an important thing. So you were sighted at one point.
Yes.
So you do have visual references.
Yes.
Okay.
definitely.
Can we go on now?
Okay, please.
All right.
We're done.
So Adam, blind. okay with it.
Yeah, you
so
could
are we.
have just said that.
All right. Let's go to our regular therapy session here.
Okay.
Adam.
Yes.
We have some issues.
We do.
You have the first one listed as the smartest entertainer in the world. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, I wanted to be vague about that. What I really wanted.
You wanted to be vague about that?
Yeah, and I think I was
you
successful.
accomplished it.
Yeah, thank you. Because what I want to talk about is, with the sort of theme of this episode, just kind of being done with stuff, getting them out there.
Mm.
I noticed I talk about Lady Gaga a lot on this podcast.
Yes, you do.
And every time I talk about her after we record an episode where she has something to do with one of the issues, I think it's really enough of that, and I'm going to leave that alone. I mean, I'm not even what you call a fan exactly. It's getting ridiculous. And then the next week I find myself saying, no, but this is a genuine topic. So I kind of just want to say some stuff maybe that I've thought about her in the past week and then be done with her forever, really.
Uh-huh.
Are you okay with that?
Go
or
ahead.
do you
It's your therapy session. Go ahead.
Right. Well, her album sold
Oh,
1 million some
1.1.
odd copies. I mean, which is fine. Like it's
not
more
really.
It's more than my album sold, but it's a fair bit more than my album sold. But yeah, I mean, it's not. It's a fast-selling album in 6 years. But I would call her the most famous entertainer in the world. It's not staggering, really.
Also, they
It's just
basically
a
gave
lot.
away 400,000
400,000 copies because
Yeah, 99 cents a pop.
at Amazon.com.
But here's the thing. Here's why I think she's successful. The albums are just one thing. It's kind of a central thing. Like, she's never stopped. She's had 2 albums, and there's always some kind of promotion for one or the other going on, in addition to the albums, the tours, the fashion. I read her manager say something like, to promote this album, there's something like 27,000 partnerships. I think that's a new way to do it. Somebody who's not inventing an entirely new musical style, to say the least. She has a well-rounded business now, touching on everything that albums are just a part of, because unless you have, really different kind of music, something brand new, which I don't think she does, the albums are only going to take you so far. So I really just sort of want to leave it at that.
Well, you do, but
that's one more
I'm
thing.
sure Alan has some thoughts, and
Yeah,
I have some
I'm
thoughts.
sure
No,
you agree.
I'm
Yeah.
Gaga out. Gaga out.
So am I. To be
Although,
honest.
see this
I
new
get
thing
that.
that Twitter's doing, the follow button?
Yeah.
And the first people to sign up for the Twitter follow button, it's like it's almost like the Facebook like button, but if you have a piece of editorial like a story or video or something, and there's a Twitter follow button, you click on that, and automatically you're following the person in the story or in the video. First 2 people to sign up for it, Gaga and Bieber.
Yeah.
And Britney Spears.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So she'll get to 20 million followers soon.
We're going to be adding that, by the way, to the website.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good thing to do. Okay. Are we done with her?
Us, Bieber, and Gaga.
Okay.
Yes. Now you're going to attack somebody. You're going to attack
Yes.
defenders of
2 people.
Idol.
Yeah.
First one you're going to attack is Bono.
Yeah. Very short background on this.
Well, this could get
A
interesting.
lot of musicians have come down on American Idol, saying it's the opposite of music in a way, really, and I'm not exactly inclined to argue. Bono and The Edge, as you know, appeared on an episode of American Idol singing some.
It's last week.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was something from the Spider-Man musical, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it wasn't great, which has nothing to do with it, but it really wasn't that good. And Bono's come out and said he likes American Idol. Oh, there are a few things he said that I disagree with. I'll just do it in order, and then we can be done with this. Bono said that it was very exciting because he felt like he was at the center of pop culture.
Oh, no, he didn't say that, did he?
Don't you just want to tell him you're Bono? Did you not
He's
know
done,
that?
guys. He's done. It's done. The U2 thing, Bono, Edge being these global rock icon stars, over.
No,
I'm not
no,
sure
I
agree with
disagree with
at
that.
all.
Over.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
We have Bon
You can't just
Jovi.
repeat yourself and
We've
expect
Bon
it. Oh, okay.
Jovi'd U2.
Well, that's
I'm
because
not-
this tour has been going on for 2 years. It's going to end at the end of July, then they're going to go away for
And
another.
then they're
Meanwhile,
gonna
they
come
have
on
like
tour
3
again.
albums in the back.
Well,
but-
I don't know, because this tour is so damned expensive. I mean, they're going to leave this tour with about $700 or $750 million in gross. They've covered their costs, and I mean, they've been on the road for 2 years, and these guys are 50 years old. They're not going to want to do it for a
Back
while.
to their punk roots, eh?
Well, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what's going to happen next. Hopefully, they won't be on American Idol more and often. When I was trying to chase down U2 last week, that was going to be my first question. So, Bono, American Idol.
Yeah, and
What the hell?
Oh, do you have to form a question beyond seriously?
Yeah,
at
actually,
the,
it's
quite
at the center
remarkable
of
what they've
pop
become.
culture, I don't
Wow.
think so. I mean, like, it makes me wonder: is he
Here,
kind of out of touch in that way because American Idol is the center of nothing. It represents a certain faction of the music industry, and that's all.
Simply
it represents.
a soundbite there. What they were doing was trying to inject some sort of life into the Spider-Man musical because this thing is dead in the water.
Has that been having problems recently?
One or two.
Guys got hurt.
Yeah.
Fire the
You
director.
know who I feel bad for? The real victim in the Spider-Man musical, other than all the victims who got very injured, is the singer from Kill Hannah. He was originally supposed to be.
Oh,
in
that's
He's not.
right.
That would have been good for them. They're a good band. I like them.
Okay, so anyway, let's just get back
Okay,
on.
well, yeah, and Bono also compared American Idol to back when he was a youth, I guess. Talking about hearing about who was playing, you know, Elvis and the Beatles playing on the Ed Sullivan Show.
No,
Like,
it's
I
not
don't
even
see any
close. Why is he
comparison
saying
whatsoever.
those things?
See, like I said, Alan,
Why is he
You can
saying
only
Done.
think of
That's just-
remember two things at once. I don't. That was.
the pompousness is
Do I even
overtaken
need to
him.
start on that? I mean, Elvis and the Beatles. They had some fresh new sounds that the kids were digging back then. The rock and roll, some might call it. There's no comparison.
Can we
I
just
don't even
stop?
think-
Just
yeah,
stop. I'm just
please,
getting.
it's-
I'm just getting.
It's enough.
Just yeah.
Nail him.
Are we
Bob,
wrecking
yeah.
Bono for you?
Well,
Like,
no. I listen. Listen. I just hate those pandering sound bites.
Yeah, it's embarrassing and it's compromising too. If they don't mean
is.
it, if he means it, he's wrong. If he doesn't, I think that really compromises his reputation as an authority on
Exactly.
Africa or anything.
Well, yeah.
not
if
on
you're,
Africa.
No,
or
no,
of
except
everything. If you
Africa.
say that
Everything.
American Idol is the center of pop culture, Jesus, I'm going to believe anything else you have to say.
Honestly.
All right. Let's Judas Priest though. Now, this-
Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark opening soon. Oh, Judas Priest played American Idol, and this bothers me more than Bono playing it. There's one.
Got another thing coming. Head over the highway. Metal gods. Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. There was one contestant on American Idol who, this is mostly just from reading. I was not watching this season. There's one contestant who sang the medal when he was choosing songs. As much as you can on American Idol, I guess. So Judas Priest played a song with him, or a couple of songs with this contestant on, I don't know if it is the finale or whatever. And, you know, okay, so they want to get their name out there. Judas Priest are due for a break, I guess. But
Well, they're due
then-
for retirement. They're on their farewell tour.
No, they're gonna keep going after that. They recently said after the Epitaph tour, actually.
They're okay. Sorry.
Okay, here's what actually bothers me though. Rob Halford thanked the contestant for bringing metal to 30 million people every week, and I swear to God, he said that the contestant is their hero.
well, it is the center of pop culture.
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, this thing is unbelievably bad.
It is.
It's turned into a caricature of itself. Like
Okay,
when
yeah.
Rob Halford is saying things like
Yeah.
this and Bono is saying like things like this, it's a mess.
It's pandering. I can't think of a word for it beyond pandering. But the thing is, like, to me, that's almost an insult to the Judas Priest fan base. When metal was a new thing, it was before I was born, but I'm sure you remember.
Thank you. Yes, I do remember.
You can help here.
Yes.
It's when that was coming out. I mean, it's the metal fans that have always kept metal alive. It's
Well, I'm
an
just trying to think of all-
inherently underground genre.
I'm thinking
with
about
a
all the
few
guys I went to high
exceptions.
school with who were all
Right.
big Priest fans.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine them standing for Priest on American Idol.
So I mean, so you see what I mean when I say I think that's an insult to the fan base, really. Saying thanks to this guy who likes singing our songs on a TV show, where you're trying to get a record deal. It's the fans that have made the genre.
See, I know
what it
so
is.
little about American
Wow.
Idol because I've only been made to sit through it once, and that's because I was.
Alan, you got to read up. It's the center of pop culture.
Well, I know that, but I've only seen one show, and that was because my my aunt insisted on watching it while we were at a cottage someplace in the middle of nowhere. They got one channel, and it was raining outside, and I didn't want to play any more board games or any more euchre, so it was American Idol. So anyway, okay.
No,
You
so.
just got to start watching next season.
No, I won't. I won't.
So I mean, just to summarize that, everything is terrible. I hate it, and I don't know what to do. about
All
it.
right, what are you listening to?
Okay,
'Cause we've
few
gone
good-
way over time here.
Okay, a few good things, but I'll keep them pretty short. One is, for the first time, not an album, but an audiobook recommendation, Life by Keith Richards, which
Oh,
you
where did
bought
you get
for
that?
me.
Oh,
For,
yeah.
You bought it for me
That's
for
right.
Christmas. It's been a while, but I remembered where I got
See,
it
this
from.
is what I do. I buy audiobooks for Adam
Yes.
because Adam can't see.
You know.
Yeah.
They know. They know.
Okay.
It is one hell of a book. Like, I'll leave the audio aspect of it aside. It is the best autobiography I've ever read. flat out. Not only is the writing great, it just flows really well. I think even people who aren't super hardcore fans will be very interested. Just anyone interested in, it's a great story.
Johnny Depp
That's what it is.
reads part of it.
Yes.
An actor reads the bulk of it.
Yeah.
And then Keith himself comes on to read the last chapter. And I think he gets drunk as he reads that last chapter.
I don't know if you noticed, but you can hear the cuts. They're,
Oh, yeah.
They're frequent cuts when he's reading it. No, he does a good job, and hearing it from the man himself is really something. I would recommend it not only to Stones fans, but just for anyone.
It's a
interested
very
in the kind of story you can imagine Keith Richards telling.
The thing I like the best about that whole book was his explanation of his open tuning guitars. And
Oh,
it made
yeah.
all the sense in the world about how he manages to play what he played.
Sure.
Okay, what else?
Sure. Matthew Good's new album, Lights of Endangered Species, which I think Explore Music premiered.
Yes,
That entire album.
what, you didn't,
I read it on another set actually, which is interesting. Like,
it's on the front page
yeah.
of our site, Adam.
It's a good record.
It is a good record.
It's a very solid record, and I mean, to me, it's absolutely consistent. He's never put out an album I haven't loved. I discovered yesterday it's not a good midday album.
No.
It causes drowsiness, and that should be on the label.
Yeah,
I
if,
think.
if you read that, if you listened to that record at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday,
Yeah.
you'd be in a coma until Wednesday morning.
So, I mean, even though while not what I describe as good barbecue music, it's a great record. You can really fall into it. I think it's not over the top. There's a lot of detail in it. It's 9 great songs.
I like the horns.
Yeah.
Tyra likes the horns. Yeah. And finally, I want to recommend a band called Teenage Kicks. I know I actually first heard them when you brought a song of theirs to a music meeting. They're 4 guys from Toronto. To put it simply, they play classic rock, but I think they really keep in step and have the same appeal as a lot of popular indie rock bands. They have a 6-song EP out called Rational Anthems. Every song on it is great. Any one of it could be a hit in its own right, really. It has everything you would probably want from rock, really. So when we're done chatting here, I'm going to push play on a song called The River, which is one of, I guess, 6 songs I like from the album, and I thought would be appropriate.
All right, are we done?
I think so.
Ira, you have anything else to add to this? I can't see you because I'm squinting in the
I'm
sunlight.
just excited
And I'm
to
looking at you.
to go back and watch reruns of American Idol, the center of pop culture.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Oh, that's just sad. That's just really
done.
sad. It's over.
Oh, just one tiny last more thing.
What?
Just talking about accessibility, me using the computer and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
There are 2 things. One, in terms of Twitter, I'm very limited. I want everyone to know that. If I haven't retweeted or responded to you by Twitter, it's because I can't do that. Literally, the only thing that I can do is send out tweets. So I hope that's good enough for everybody. And I can't select songs on MySpace. And to be honest, if you're a solo artist or in a band and the only way someone can listen to your songs is on MySpace, you should really question the decisions that led to you being at this point in your life.
All right.
That's pretty harsh.
Adam Morrison, the angriest man in the office, and probably the one most jacked up on caffeine. Thank you for doing this special edition of Adam Has Issues. It's,
My pleasure. Thank you.
The video edition will go back to the audio edition next week. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, the regular podcast right now, you need to go to exploremusic.com and watch the whole thing. And
there are a lot of special effects.
yeah, well,
It's
I'm
cool.
sure there will be. Lots of post-production on this one. And you need to go and get the Explore Music app so you can do it on the road too.
Absolutely.
All right. That has been another edition of Adam Has Issues. I'm Alan Cross.
I'm Adam Morrison.
And you are
Ira Haberman.